Hi. We're live. We should be live. I'm just going to wait for a couple of people to pop on, just so I know that this is working, and then I'm going to introduce what I'm talking about tonight, or what we're doing tonight. So I'm here, as promised, live again. Yes, it's working, so somebody's come on. Thank you very much. Thanks for letting me know. So as promised, I'm here doing another live. Talking all things spiritual, as I know lots of my friends absolutely love this stuff. I love this stuff. I know it's not for everybody, so if it's not your cup of tea, don't worry about it. You don't have to watch it, but if you like psychic readings, psychic spiritualism and tarot cards, then you're gonna absolutely love this lady. Her name is Samantha Scott, and she's kindly said yes to coming on tonight. So she's here. I've just seen her now. I'm going to invite her in a minute. She's kindly said yes to coming on tonight to talk all things about angels. And this is partly because I keep seeing feathers everywhere for the last year and a half. And I believe it is angels. And I don't know what kind of message they're trying to give me. I don't know why I'm seeing these things. So all of this stuff really intrigues me. So I wanted to know a little bit more from Samantha, how she works with angels, what she does, and what kind of messages, how does she get these messages. So I'm going to bring her in. She's also, she's wrote several books, but she's just launched a new book as well. So I'm going to ask a little bit about that. So let me just see if I can invite Samantha in to come on. And this is technology at its finest. Doesn't always work, believe me, but let's just see if it's, I've invited her in, so she should pop on soon. Let's just press this and then approve. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Hopefully the angels are with us. Yay, she's here. Brilliant. Hi, Samantha. I thought, oh, please, technology, don't let me down. It's amazing, isn't it, what we can do now, what we couldn't do 20 years ago.
It.
But we also have to rely on our good Wi-Fi signal as well, and that doesn't always play ball.
So fingers crossed, eh?
Yeah, thank you so much, Samantha, for coming on tonight. So I just wanted to, because this is something that really intrigues me, and I've got a couple of questions. I'm going to keep it short. I could probably ask you a million questions, and I'm sure that people coming on tonight, they can ask questions, and if we can answer them as we're going along, you know, afterwards, or if we don't get time, then you can come on and privately answer those questions. So really just kind of introduce yourself to everybody that's going to be watching this live, either live tonight or on the replay. Just tell us a little bit about yourself and how do you do this? How long have you been working with angels? What do you do?
Well, as you know, my name is Samantha Jayne. I've been like it since, well, I don't know any different, let's put it that way.
Really?
It took me till I was 28, which is a few moons ago now, I hate to admit, to realise that not everybody else is the same. As crazy as that sounds, I didn't realise that not everyone else was having the same sort of life experience of how I see things, feel things, know things, you know, just stuff like that, really. So quite an interesting childhood with this blend of normal life, psychic life, if you like. It is an inherited gift. You know, it has been passed down through the generations. It seems to stick to the female side, but we won't even go into that. We'll start
Let's not.
But yeah, and my daughters are like it as well. But it's just, I absolutely love it, but I had to learn and train to control it. Because if you walk around open all the time, it would just drain you, because you don't just pick up off spirit and the angelic realms. You pick up off, obviously, the human realm as well, we'll call it that. You pick up off physical life. So yeah, it's been with me a long time. I cannot imagine what it's like to be walking around and not have, you know, this, I call them my crew on my shoulders. I can't imagine not having that, to be honest.
Because you've always known it. There's lots of people coming on, waving, saying hi to everybody.
Uh,
We're just busy chatting all things angels at the
That's
moment.
all right. I'm not
Yeah,
seeing
stay
comments,
tuned, keep
so I
watching.
apologize. I'm not seeing comments. But yeah, so basically now, and for the last, so I've been working as a full-time psychic for the last, I'm into my 17th year now,
Wow.
believe it or not. And a part of what I do is every morning I've done an angel card, which is, I think is how we've actually connected, isn't it?
Yeah,
Every morning
absolutely
on my
love them.
yeah, on my Facebook page, I've religiously every morning for 9 years posted an angel message, and I love it. So, and it's quite amazing how it's very clever, I think, because how they manage to use the words to reach out to so many people. Because I get so many messages saying that was for me, that was so for
Yeah,
me,
yeah. And every
and I
time I
love
see
it.
them every morning, I'm like, oh my God, that's spot on, that one. I love it.
Yeah,
And it's great, isn't it? It's something that keeps us going anyway. And even if
yeah,
the people who don't believe it, I mean, you know, I'm sure they would read something and think, wow, yeah, that's in tune with what's happened today or what's happened yesterday.
yeah.
So how do you actually work with them, and what kind of messages do you get from the angels? Do you get specific messages that you have to give to people, or is it when people are asking you things, you get messages?
Yeah.
How
I
does it work?
basically, I predominantly work on a one-to-one basis with clients.
Hmm.
So a client would come and ask me, and I
Yeah,
would bring the information through. And I use a mixture of the tarot, and I use a mixture of tarot and angel cards.
yeah,
But I use it all for spirit communication, basically.
yeah.
Um, yeah, and it's just, it's bringing help. I see it as healing. I see it as help.
Mm.
It's kind of progressed into, it's almost like I coach through the tarot, to be honest with you, with people, because it's just life guidance. And
Hmm.
lives now are so busy, so
Yeah,
varied,
yeah,
but, you know, your angels, your loved ones in spirit, your angels are always walking around, moving around you. I believe this sort of heaven is here and we're sort of all muddled in together.
yeah,
It's just we've still got the suit on. And they're always trying to connect with you, always trying to communicate with you.
yeah. It's
Like
funny,
you said in the intro.
my 8-year-old keeps asking questions about heaven. You know, if the sky looks different, he says, Mum, is that heaven? And I'm kind of like, I don't know. What's heaven look like? Well, nobody knows, Dexter. I'm
No,
kind of, it's hard to explain, isn't it? Because we all don't
yeah,
really know ourselves. Um, it's just one of those
yeah,
things. But so, what would you say? I keep seeing these feathers, as I said at the beginning of when I come on to the live. This has
yeah,
been going on for about a year and a half now, and it's so,
right,
so bizarre in the way I see these feathers. And I remember
yeah,
sitting on the phone talking to a friend, and I think she's on this live tonight. And I said to her, God, I haven't seen my feathers for about 2 weeks. And with that, two of them floated down because I was out in the garden. Two of them floated down, and one floated along, obviously in the wind, right to me. And I was like, oh my God, you would not
that'll
believe
teach
it.
you.
And she always says, see, your angels are with you. But, how would I ever know what kind of message? I've heard people say, yeah, they're just with you, letting you know that, everything's well, everything's good, that they're looking
Yeah,
after you.
it
But
depends on
I
the
don't know.
colours of the feathers.
The
There's a
colour. So
language within the feathers.
really, so
So,
they've always been white, but today,
yeah,
funny enough, I had grey ones. Now I
right,
thought that because
okay,
I thought, these feathers are changing. And then when I was
yeah,
in the kitchen, there was one on the windowsill, and I thought, where did that? And that was the same colour, and I was like, is
yeah,
this because I
yeah.
thought about it? Has it flown in?
No,
How did that happen?
you see, white feathers is simply just a reminder that you're not alone, that your angels are with you. I
Yeah.
had a classic example of that. I keep horses, so I was trundling across the field deep in thought with a wheelbarrow, as you do if you have horses, and thinking away something I needed help with. And I'd
Hmm.
done this all across the field. And I turned around to go back in with the wheelbarrow, and everywhere I had been was a trail of feathers. So
Oh,
someone
wow.
had been walking behind me the whole way, sort of listening to me. But yeah,
Oh,
white ones are basically to let you know that they are with you. that you are not alone. It's almost like a source of comfort. Grey ones are about, life has been hectic, but there is some peace coming. Yeah.
I've
Does
just
that
spotted my
resonate?
first two grey ones today. Wow. It's
Yeah. So
interesting.
there's some peace
What other
coming
colours?
in.
What other colours? What's
Let
the
me
other
look.
sign?
Black ones. It's a completely black. It's about angels are protecting you. All right. And if you get, so I've had it where I have opened my back door of my home to a black
Yeah.
feather on my doormat when I've had stuff going on. I have seen the black feathers done. Black and white means a change is coming.
Okay.
Okay.
Great.
Yellow ones are congratulations, you're on the right path, or there's good news, or something like that. And pink, not that I've ever seen a pink one in this country,
No.
but pink is just a symbolism of love for you, and that's pretty much the colours. But yeah,
Now I'm glad you told us that, because had I ever have found a black one on my doorstep, I probably would have known me thought, oh my God, that means something bad just because of the colour. Yeah, I'm gonna die. Oh my God.
no,
But that, yeah, no, you've made me feel a lot better knowing that.
there you
Um,
go.
but yeah, I'd heard there was different, the colours meant different things, obviously.
Yeah.
So tell me about this book that you've decided to put together as well. I can't wait to actually get it. It's on Amazon, isn't it?
Yeah, you need
On
to go on
Amazon.
Amazon
Yeah.
to order it. It is a physical book. That it's called 101 Angel Messages, and basically it's like
Oh,
where I
hang
do
on.
my.
Alan Thompson says, thanks for the feather info, Sam. He's had a few fluffy black ones lately. So
There you go. Someone's looking after him right now. Bless him.
sorry,
Thanks
I
for
had to
that.
just put in before it
No, that's
disappeared
lovely
the
to
comments.
hear. No,
So
that's lovely to hear. But no, I've put together this book called 101 Angel Messages, just a little sort of handbag book, as I would call it,
lovely.
so that I'm sure it will fit in gentlemen's wallets as well. But anyway, and
Well,
but
yeah.
basically, I have to
Handbag.
be politically correct,
Yeah.
But it's where I've basically put into a book a collection of 101 of the angel messages that I have channeled over the years.
Mm-hmm.
So that someone can sort of, what you do is you would just kind of hold it, ask for guidance, and just open the book, and your
Oh, really?
message would be there. Yeah, I just thought it
Okay.
would be a nice touch, a nice,
Well,
nice
I'll
touch.
pop that link up. You can send me that link. I'll pop that link up
Yeah, I
in the
will.
comments below, so it'll always be in this thread if anybody wants to go and get that. But I'm definitely
Brilliant.
getting
Brilliant.
that, because I feel that I need to read up more and understand it, because I've talked about it to a lot of people, but nobody's
Yeah.
just had the answers for me. Now, another question
Yeah.
I was going to ask. Sometimes I wonder if I should keep them, and I've kept a couple, like, the big ones that I
Yeah.
found. And
Yeah.
then I kind of question myself and go, should I be keeping these, or should I be letting them go free? I don't know. Not that it's a
Follow
living
your
person. It's
intuition.
really weird, isn't it? I know, I
Yeah,
sound
just follow
crazy
your
now.
intuition. I've
But I'm
actually
okay.
also, it might interest you. I've also got, you'd have to go on my website to find it, but I've also got an online angel course,
Oh, okay.
all
What's the
online.
website?
So on
What's
my website, which is needapsychic.co.uk. So on there, I've got a course. It's all online as an e-course to do, which is
Yeah.
actually about living with angels and how to connect with angels. You know what the messages are, different angels to work with. That might
Yeah.
interest you then.
A couple of
Yeah,
friends
that's
of
a good
mine will be
one.
interested in that as well, because
Yeah,
they love all
yeah.
that kind of stuff, and some of them
And it's
already
good
do
because it's like
Reiki.
you've not got to turn up at a set time and there's no
Yeah.
exam. It's just for,
Fantastic.
yes.
Music to our
Something else
ears. We
studying
haven't got to
lately.
do 600-word essays and everything else to
No,
complete
no,
something.
no. It's just
Fantastic.
enjoying the information that's there for you. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's selling well and people are loving it. So
And so what other work do you do? Because I've seen that on one of your pages, you used to do it. Was it a Tuesday live? Do you still do the Tuesday
yeah,
lives?
I'm not doing it so much simply because I'm so insanely busy with clients. Thank you, God.
Yeah.
Um,
And
and it
radio.
takes up I know. I've got to leave here and dash off to the radio. I've got to jump in the car and leg it. By the power of the angels, get there. But yeah, I'm so busy. So what I'm doing at the moment is I'm doing a monthly one,
Right, okay.
a month ahead tarot scope, and then within that, I'm actually breaking it down into the star signs as well. Where you've seen that is on my Facebook wall. But yeah, and it's just, yeah, month ahead. And again, you know, like we were saying earlier about how it's interesting how it resonates with people.
Yeah.
I have so many people message me and they say to me that you know, they've gone back and listened to it again because it's like, oh my God, this is so relevant now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that
Because
I've stopped people starting wars or you know,
yes, family
make people
wars.
realize what's going on as well. You know, it all helps.
Yeah,
It really
because
does.
I've been on one of yours before where it's popped up in my timeline and seen people, you know, commenting where you've thrown give something out there, not thrown something out there, give some information
Yeah,
out there, and
yeah,
they've took it and said, yes, that was meant for me. And I'm like,
yeah,
oh my God, I love this stuff. It's amazing. So,
yeah.
what's that page? Should people want to come on and connect on that page? What's your
Um,
page called again?
it's um for the Facebook, you mean? Facebook page.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously Facebook, and there's Medium Samantha is / Medium Samantha is what you would put in for that one. But
Okay.
yeah, I do try to jump on every now and again and do live messages as well
Yeah.
when the timer
Yeah.
lets me. They've got me working hard this week. I'm actually doing, God, I think I'm doing 7 days this week. But yeah, got to be done. Lots of teaching, but I love it.
And so, have you got any angel messages out there for anybody? I don't know, or what's come through to you today that have you felt
Through.
impelled to
I
speak
tell
to
you,
somebody like today?
let me have a look then. Let me see. What I can do is I can draw cards for you. Do you want me to
Oh,
draw
for
you a
me?
card?
Yeah, because you can't
Yeah,
see
shall I
any of
draw
the
you a
comments,
card?
so obviously you can't do the things, but you might well see something for somebody, I don't know, that's maybe commented
And just,
on here.
yeah, I'm just seeing a couple of comments. Ah, I like Claire's comment. Right, let me have a look then. So let me give your group, your tribe, your people some messages, shall we? Let's
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
So what I'll do is
Let's
I'll
do
do it
it.
as a
Let's do it.
general. All right, so I'll start with an angel message, okay? So this one is actually about abundance, and there is a need to never doubt that you can make a difference in this world. Okay, it's very important to watch that you are not going through a season of doubt. All right, don't give in to that fear. It comes from a place of the ego, and just know that you are destined to succeed. So just have absolute belief and ask the angels to help you. It's really important to understand that if you don't ask, you don't get, and that's even with the angelic realm. Because we're here on what we call a free will life experience. I mean, I believe there's things that are set in stone, like who you have your children with, date of entry, date of exit, but how we get in between those destined points is our free will choice. So we can do it easily, we can do it really hard. That's our choice. So I always say to people, because you're in free will experience, the angels, your guides, your loved ones are not allowed to step in unless you ask them to. You have to give them permission. So just
So
bear
if you
that
need
in
help
mind.
for anything, and it could be,
Yeah,
you know, you're feeling sad, it could be relationship worries or money
yeah,
worries. So just
yeah,
simply just ask them for help. Yeah, I
yeah, yeah.
believe in that
And
totally.
then they can help you.
Yeah,
All right.
lovely, lovely.
You know, it's funny, you were saying earlier, what does heaven look like? Your little boy had been asking, what does heaven look like? My gran passed recently,
Yeah.
and I have to laugh. My gran barely spoke for about 3 years before passing, and let's
Oh,
just say she's making up for lost time.
she's coming through all the time.
Oh my God. And but yeah, all she kept saying when she first came through, which was just literally the next morning after passing, was, it's beautiful. It's just
Oh,
so beautiful. So yeah,
See,
it is
my
nice.
little boy keeps asking things like, do they have PlayStations up in heaven? And do they have bikes in
I'm
heaven?
not so sure about that one.
Yeah, what about sweets? And he's even asked, do you have to take money? I mean, do you have to like have money to buy things in heaven? And I'm like, look, everything's laid on a plate for you. What you want, you will have. And he's like, oh, and you can see his little mind ticking. It's so hard to explain to little one.
I love it.
So we've got
Right.
Claire
So,
Twist. Claire Twister
yeah.
said, I'm always asking the angels, and they're probably
Yeah.
sick to death of me.
I love it. Right. So I'm
Thank
drawing some cards for all your listeners. All right. And I'm asking for insight into the week ahead for you all. Okay. Now, as always, I have to say legally, readings are regarded as for entertainment purposes only. And then my advice to you would be to listen and take what resonates with you. Some of it will fit some of you. It may not necessarily fit all of you. Okay, if that makes sense. But this is a week actually where people should be feeling like life is well, life is good. There should be a lot more of that. But what I've also got is it's important this week to start to make plans and to put plans together. Now, a lot of these plans you won't be discussing publicly or sharing with others. You know, it may be business ideas you have to keep to yourself, because I know you've got a lot of business people watching, or it could even be in personal lives where there is a need to keep your business, and exactly that. But just know that it's like this is a great week for taking the baby steps to bring in the long-term success. But behind that, to have these plans that you're kind of, I'm going to say, secretly working to. All right. And that will relate to a lot of people's work and businesses. It's a great week in business. But, you know, as always, we have to hustle, we have to knuckle down. And that's even in personal life. I always say to people, even when you get the destiny card and this is your destiny and blah, blah, blah in readings, you have your part to play. You still have to turn up and play your role for destiny to play out. It's no good sitting on the sofa thinking, it's all right, destiny's bringing it. It's like, no, destiny will go past, okay? So just be aware that's a great week for sowing seeds. Got to lose some inner battles as well for many people that are linked to experiences and changes that have gone on over the last 7 weeks. And now there is this need to take back control or take steps to feel more in control by getting everything to work better for you. Okay, so a lot of people will be experiencing that this week as well. So I always want to say, it's like you see a lot of people taking care of business in their back offices, you know, their automation, their emailing systems, that, you know, all those kind of bits that people don't necessarily see. This is a great week for getting organized in that, because this is about creating your world. And again, I'll say whether it's in business or in personal, looking for you to create create your world your way. So I'm just stretching to reach more cards. Yeah, so you know what? This is a great week. This is a positive week. Yes, there's things to be revealed, but I feel for most people that will be them revealing their plans or revealing what they're up to in business or in personal life. But just watch, because you need to lose negativity. We always do. But this is very much linked to work. Yeah. So if you've got work connections that are negative and draining you, do you know what? Cut them off.
Yeah. So
You
people
don't
with the
need that
colleagues that
around you.
are probably niggling them as well,
Yeah.
rather than
Let it
blowing
go.
up in the office or blowing up in the workplace, they just need to
Yeah.
let it go.
Let it go. Rather than hold yourself in that energy. Yeah. But definitely a lot of people will find they're spinning plates and juggling. I'm going to put that down to the summer holidays because I'm a mum, but obviously not everyone watching is a mum. But we've all got juggling to do this week. And even though we feel like we just got to keep everything going, there is also energy and drive for anyone who wants to push projects forward as well. So yeah, it's a good week. A good
So
week
it's
for
a bit
people
like,
in
oh,
business.
keep spinning all those plates at the same time.
Yeah, yeah, and this is what you need to do this week. And as I say, that can be in business, or it can also be in your personal
Yeah,
life. You know,
yeah,
when you're juggling children, partners' needs of you, all of that. Just
yeah.
keep spinning the plates. Just keep going, keep going, keep
I'm
going,
sure there'll be
and
a
it
lot of
will come
mums out
together.
there feeling this. A lot of mums out there
Yeah,
feeling that they're really needing to try and spin them plates and not let them fall at the moment because
yeah,
yes, they're juggling a job, childcare, keeping the kids entertained while they're off. Plus, it's expensive. You know,
yeah,
kids want to
yeah,
do all these things, and it's spending more money. Then, like you say, then there's the home life, the husband or the the partner, and then it's
yeah,
tea time. So yeah, I totally
yeah,
get that, and I think there's a lot of people.
yeah.
I see a lot of my friends turn into the old vino in the holidays.
Well, I always
I
say
often
it was
see
good
them.
enough for Jesus, it's good enough for me.
So Taylor Jane Lou says she's having her cards read tomorrow, and she can't wait. I've had a
Right.
message. I've been trying to see them, but I mean tomorrow because I know you're going to the radio station soon. So
Yeah,
tomorrow maybe you
yeah.
could come and answer some of the questions. But
Yeah,
Rachel
just leave
Seymour,
comments.
yeah,
Yeah,
Rachel
leave
Seymour did
comments and I'll
ask.
log on.
She,
Yeah.
yeah, she put, I asked the angels, but I don't seem to get the answers. How would she know what the answers? So that's a good question. If you're kind of putting it out there and asking the angels for help or for guidance or, for a sign or for a message, how do you know when it's come to you?
Okay. Spirit will and angels will use anything to manipulate to talk to you. All right. So ask a question with absolute faith that the answer will come. Let it go. Don't fixate. Just let it go because then otherwise you block your flow for the answer.
Mm,
Now, a lot of times communication, on the whole, communication is felt. We just have a feeling.
mhm.
So you that can be that it could be that later in the day you have this feeling, and that feeling is a nudge from spirit, like, go on,
Yeah,
get over there, open your mouth, or do this or do that, you know. But also it can be that they manipulate the environment around you,
yeah,
okay, in order to get messages to you. Um, I had an example of that when I was being tight about having repairs done on my car because it was December, it's like a week before Christmas, and you know what it's like, single mum in
yeah,
business, you don't want to suddenly pay out. And I can remember thinking, oh, I'll just wait till January, you know how you do, see
yeah,
how business is, da da da, all the usual. So I get to the next set of traffic lights, having made this very conscious decision. I'm going to wait till January. I look up, and in front of me is a van with the name, I think his name at the time was Michael. Big letters, Michael. I'm thinking, okay. Get to the next set of traffic lights, just happened to glance out my window, and it said mobile mechanic. And I thought, okay, I'm listening because my mobile mechanic is called Michael.
so you knew, yeah, don't
Yeah,
leave it,
so
you're
I
gonna have
went
to get it
home,
sorted.
phoned him. He came round. He said, "Sam, if you'd driven this car for another few hours, you'd have no car." So they
Wow.
literally, it's down. It's not that they're not trying to reach us. It's that we're not being aware because we expect
Yes.
it to be in our faces, or
Yeah.
like, they're going to appear in front of us in solid form. People expect that, but that's not how it is. It's
Mm.
more subtle. Great one is when you get in your car in the morning, turn the ignition and the radio comes on, the lines of song. Spirit love to sing to you. So they love to send words and messages through songs. And often
Oh,
the first few words, you could even be sat on a bus or somewhere and overhear a conversation, because, we do listen, let's be honest.
yeah.
But actually, you needed to hear what they were talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, your
Yeah.
answer comes from eavesdropping.
Yeah. Because
It's someone
sometimes you
else's
wouldn't take
conversation.
notice of certain things, but I suppose when you took notice of something, you then know, right, that must have been the sign.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
normally you would think, I wouldn't normally take notice of that, but I've took
yeah,
notice of it, so take that as maybe the sign.
yeah. And I always say, and then say thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Because the more you do that and you acknowledge them, the more they realize they're getting through to you. So the more they will do. And you'll end
Right.
up like me, where it's like Piccadilly Station.
It doesn't switch off, and you've got to say, "Pipe down, be quiet now."
Yeah, be quiet, shut up.
Oh God,
And
thank
dreams
you
as
so much.
well. They'll
So,
always talk to you in your dreams, Joe.
oh
People
really? Yeah, I
always,
never thought about
yeah,
that
a
actually.
number of people that say to me, I dreamt about my dad last night, and I'll say that wasn't a dream, that was a visitation. The easiest way for spirit to come and say hello is when you're asleep, because all your guards are dropped, your distractions are gone, and
Yeah,
you're in what we call alpha state. See, someone like me, in order to work fully, I have to put myself into alpha state to work.
yeah. To allow
Yeah.
them to come through.
Yeah, to really come through purely. So you can do that in your sleep as well. So never dismiss those dreams when your nana racks
Yeah.
up or has a conversation.
Alan Thompson's just says a lot of my mediumship brings in songs.
Yeah,
So,
see, he's agreeing. Yeah,
oh, we'll
yeah,
all be
it's true.
listening to the radio tomorrow. Everyone will get in the
I
car
know, I
tomorrow and
know.
listening to
It's funny, isn't it? Because I got to shoot off to the radio now as well. I wonder what tunes
Yeah, of
they're
course,
playing.
Ralph. So brilliant, Sam. Thank you so
No, my
much for
pleasure.
coming on tonight and talking us through the angels. I will put the link for your book because I like the idea of
Yeah,
that. Your book, yes, it does fit in your handbag or your man bag. And that if you
yeah,
open it, they are your angel kind of messages for that day.
yeah,
So I'm
yeah,
definitely going to go on that. I'll put the link onto this live anyway. So if anybody wants to have a
yeah.
look at that book on Amazon, you can do. You can just have a look at the link. And thank you so much. You've got to go off to
No,
the
my
radio
pleasure.
station.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ooh,
Have a great
we're all
evening and
fuzzy now.
enjoy the angels. You
I know.
watch
Look
your
at
so
all.
the lights start flickering now. You know there's somebody knocking about.
We'll all, we'll all be chatting
Just
to our
hello.
angels now. Yeah. People will be racing off to bed to go to sleep to see what they dream
Yeah,
about, or they'll be racing
yeah.
over to the radio to put the music on.
I
So
love
that's
it.
lovely. And now I know what the feathers mean, and that was
Yeah,
fantastic. That's just what I needed.
my
I've waited a
pleasure.
year and a half to find out about that. So thanks
Brilliant.
so
I'm
much,
glad
and
I
thanks for doing
served
the
you this
cards.
evening.
And I hope
Brilliant.
everyone's enjoyed it. We'll answer all the questions. Thank you
Yeah,
so
I'll
much,
log
guys,
on
for
later
logging in.
and have a look. Yeah,
Brilliant.
I'll answer
Thank
as I
you.
look on. Thank you.
Right.
Bye.
Bye,
Have fun.
everybody.
Bye.